everyone. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I have a question for you today. Is it better to be right, especially when you know you're right? Or is it better to be kind? The answer to this question, I feel, has a lot to do with how we value the relationship that I'm having with that other person, including the relationship I'm having with myself. See, our life revolves around relationships, right? We have so many variety of relationships in our life, and actually each one of them play a vital role in our life. And when we come in interaction with each other, there are times when we don't see things the same way. We don't understand things the same way. There are sometimes differences in opinion, right? And there are times when those differences are not getting resolved as quickly as we would prefer them to. Sometimes we are even accused of doing things that we haven't even thought of doing, let alone did. And we find ourselves wanting to prove ourselves right or wanting to really express and prove my point. And what happens as a result? Most times it ends up in argument because what I am thinking is what the other party is also thinking, right? That they also want to prove their point, that they are right also, or in what way they are right. And maybe maybe they are right. Maybe I am right. But in trying to prove right, then argument comes, bitterness comes, the relationship is spoiled. Then we have to go and fix it. Then it takes more time. Is it really worth all of that? If we're able to fix the relationship, then that's wonderful. But sometimes it's not so easy to fix. It's not as easy to fix as it was as easy to break it or create rift in the relationship. And so, if I really value my relationships, the relationship I have with my parents, the relationship I have with my children, the relationship I have with my spouse, or my employer or employee, or co-worker, or friend, or neighbor even, then before I try to prove whether I'm right or not, I will want to ask myself, is it kind? Is what I'm about to say kind? Is it necessary? Is it beneficial? Is it kind? Is it necessary? And is it beneficial? If the answer to those three questions are yes, then probably I would suggest that yes, we go ahead and say what we want to say. And if the answer to any one of those questions is no, push the pause button, wait a little bit, right? Rephrase, rethink what you want to say. Ask yourself, why is it that you think you need to prove yourself or whatever it might be? Go back, check in, and let the answer to those three questions be, all three questions be yes. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it beneficial? Is it better to be right? Or is it better to be kind? Now, it doesn't mean that somebody's taking advantage of you in some way or another, and you know you need to address it. And it's not going to be kind because the other person is just who he or she is, right? They're not doing a kind thing, but you need to address it. Even then, check in with yourself. Make sure you are aligned with your truth, honesty, clarity, and love for yourself. And then address the situation. So being kind doesn't mean opening yourself for abuse. No. Being kind just means that you've pushed the pause button and you've allowed yourself to look into your heart, make sure you're all right, and then you share with the other person what it is that you don't like about what it is that the conversation was about or the situation, so that you can have a healthy conversation. And even then, if you feel that it's heading towards an argument, stop. Just stop. There is no need to get into an argument. You know, life is so short, and getting into arguments and holding bitterness, it's not the best thing. So it's always better to part ways with love and understanding. We can always take up the conversation again tomorrow when we are, again, calm and not hot-headed. It's always better to have a good relationship than to part ways in sorrow, in sadness, in hurt, in pain. Because we don't want to feel resentful about anything we did. We don't want to feel regret in anything we did. So today, let us practice valuing the relationships I have around me, the relationships I have in my life. Maybe today you may want to make a list of some of the main people with whom you have a consistent relationship with. And then maybe next to each name you may want to write how you value that relationship, what that relationship means to you. And during the day, see that person with a vision of that value. So would you like to do that now? Let's close our eyes for a moment and let your breathing be deep and regular. And think of all the main people you have in your life. And as you think of each one, think about what it is you value in your relationship with that one. Whether it's your spouse, your parents, your siblings, your children. Think about each one and what you value in the relationship. may want to include God in this one too, if you value that relationship. And what you value about your connection with the ultimate source. And when you're finished, take a deep breath in and release. Good. So today, I wish you a beautiful day as you keep valuing the relationship you have with those around you, including yourself and the Almighty One. Have a blessed day. See you later.